It's almost like betting the stock market. The good part about it is you can take a bet today. In 2 or 3 days, if you nail that bet, you can be able to cash out, Joe. Like you just hit a heavy stock. Like you go into Sun Microsystems or whatever it's called, and you buy into it. In 3 days, you can sell it for a massive profit. Do you understand these markets, Joe?
I do understand the markets. It's amazing how some of the predictive markets seem to have the answers before the test.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
8 3-minute rounds. The gloves are 10 ounces. And Anthony Joshua weighs like 250 pounds. So I'm not really sure how this is going to end up happening. But this is one of those. Normally, I don't give credit to the Paul brothers. And, I give them credit for being great on social media and creating a lot of buzz for the sport. I give him credit for getting in the round with Anthony Joshua. This is not like a Mike Tyson fight when Tyson's 60 years old.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Travion Henderson and a few others have the Pats at 9-2. Is excellence back in New England, Joe?
Excellence is back in a big way. Mike Vrabel came back into town. Drake May has come out of his shell, and Travion Henderson has come out of, I don't know where he was. He was in obscurity, but he had 3 touchdowns on Thursday night.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
Let's take a look at a couple of narratives here and play a good game of fade or not fade. And first up, well, the idea that the Chiefs are going to put it all together and win the AFC West, well, that's absolutely gone. Absolute fade from this point on, Donnie, with the Chiefs. Their 10-year reign is over. It's done with.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe checking out all the action. Thanks to Brady Cannon for joining us there, as he does every Monday and Thursday, either halftime, fourth quarter, somewhere along the line of the football games. So, yeah, I can't play an under in a game at this point. Bills get the ball first. What do we got going on?
No, I can't either, Scott. Listen, I tease this game to the under, and we're screwed with that as it is. But
you've been doing that lately a lot. By the way, I'm surprised because I don't do that really ever. But you've done it a couple times now. One time,
and I've been successful, so I've done it though.
Yeah,
right, the last time I did, yeah. So there's been a few times, and I don't like doing it. I really hate betting unders. Yeah. It really philosophically bothers me as well. Trust me, I don't like doing it, but I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think the freaking Houston Texans were gonna have 20 points after in the first half, Scott.
I didn't think they would have it for the game, let alone the first half.
No, dude, the way the game was going, 9-6, I was like, yeah, this is kind of the way I thought. I even said earlier, this script is going kind of the way I thought. And then, boom. Dude, we've had interceptions, kickoff returns, 45-yard touchdown runs. Right? It's just been one of those, the genie got out of the bottle. But I wanted to bring up Dallas Stars, Vancouver Canucks, dropping the puck in a couple of minutes, LA Kings and the San Jose Sharks. And dear God, is Celebrini hot, man. Man, we were missing out on this. This guy is just scorching. Goals, points, shots. So Macklin Celebrini, dude, he just set a record for the most points by a team. He joined Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux. Historic type stuff. Historic, what Celebrini is doing. The Sharks are plus 145 on home ice against the Kings. And let's see what his player prop is. So Celebrini to score is plus 165, Scott. Pretty good price for a guy that scored every night. He's the number one scorer in the NHL. You getting plus 165?
Wow. He has 7 goals this month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 goals in the month of November. That's pretty darn good.
How many games have they played? 8?
About that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9.
9.
So
9.
A goal a game. I mean, he's been on fire.
Yeah, no, it's insane. I'll get you the exact record that he broke. It's mind-numbing. But this game against the Kings, man, the Sharks, they're an exciting team. You're getting plus 145 on home ice. If you look historically, The Kings have beaten them 7 of the last 10 times that they played, but the Sharks did beat them twice last year. I think there's a little changing of the guard here because I remember in the old days, the Kings would be an instant win for them. It's like, oh, the Kings are struggling, but we got 2 coming up. What the hell is Josh Allen doing? This really is like a college game. What did Josh Allen just do? Like, how many yards did Josh Allen just lose?
Oh, my goodness. The Texans.
Seriously,
defense.
like, what the hell, man? Dude, if the Houston are going to score here, suddenly Buffalo's going to be really the ones playing from behind here.
Yeah.
Dude, Will Anderson's a machine and a monster. He's like the best. He's like, people talk about names and Garrett and these guys that make big money and stuff and Parsons and stuff, but Will Anderson is literally like on, the PFF and the grades and stuff. He's a menace to society, this guy, bro. Like, Will Anderson is a single-man wrecking crew for the Houston Texans. And, the Bills just went backwards, man. Wow. This game's getting real now, Scott, where the Houston Texans are starting to take control of this football game. Buffalo's offense hasn't done anything in multiple drives now, man.
I mean, that's just like, what is it? It reminds me of Bob Greasy back in the Super Bowl. Even worse than that. What the?
Yeah. Like I told you, it's like a college game. That's like a college player.
This
like, dude, you're running backwards, Josh. Like in our own territory.
Yeah, it's not
Come
fourth
on, bro.
quarter, 5 minutes left. Just throw the ball away. You punt. You live for another day. That's all. I mean,
Instead, he lost like 14 yards.
Wow.
So I'm going to take Celebrini to score. Yeah, you got Anaheim and the Canucks. I don't know what you're going to do. The Canucks are kind of, they're just an epitome of a 500 team. And Dallas are a good team. Vancouver are kind of due for a win. It's kind of weird that they're only plus 120. You almost have to buy into the number that the odds makers know something here tonight. But we were talking about it earlier. You were talking about shots on goal, man. The Canucks give up a ton of shots on goal, as you were talking about.
Yeah.
So Lankinen saves tonight is 23.5. I'm going to bet the Kevin Lankinen over 23.5 saves for the Vancouver Canuck goalie. That's
not many at all. I mean, listen, you hope he doesn't give up 5 goals and get yanked, but still, 23
and a half. 28, Scott, in the last game saves, and he had 34 in the start before that. He had 20, and then he had 27. So in 3 of the last 4, we've sailed over this number. And now you're playing a really good Dallas Star team.
Yeah. Explain to me why Ottawa is a road favorite tonight against Anaheim. What am I missing there? Anaheim is great at home. They're 10-2 at home this year, 19-7 going back to last year. So this has been, it's not just been this year for them. They're 13-4 at home against Ottawa, which is,
everybody's playing
pretty comparable.
And there's no major injuries. Yeah, the backup goalie, but no, like, you know what I mean? Like, Gauthier's playing, Leo Carson's playing, Chris Kreider's playing. Everyone's playing. And Ottawa are the ones Ottawa are a good team, right? Ottawa are a good team that people don't talk about because they're in Ottawa. People in Canada don't even talk about Ottawa. People in Ontario, and where Ottawa's from, don't even. They talk about the Leafs only. Like, nobody talks about the Ottawa Senators, Scott, right? See, people don't notice it, but they're actually good, right? So they're like a bunch of no-name young dudes and stuff like that, but the Senators are good. They made the playoffs last year, and they're doing this without Brady Tkachuk. He's been injured, too. So, you know what? The odds makers respect the Senators, Scott, and they don't. It's amazing, isn't it? You and I talk about these upstart teams. Chicago Blackhawks, no one respects them, believes in them. People don't believe in the Ducks. They still don't believe in the Ducks.
Nope.
And the Ducks just beat the Bruins the other night, and they were big favorites.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
There's new sheriffs in town, and it's one of the best things about hockey that not many people pay attention to it. So, you got Detroit leading the Atlantic Division. All right, Carolina, and Devils 1-2 in the Metropolitan. That's to be expected. But you got Anaheim leading the Pacific Division, and you got a San Jose team that's basically playing 500 hockey, which is no longer, they were like a 2-12 team. So you get
how about
good
this? Exactly. You talk about the craziness in the National Hockey League right now. So we're a quarter way through. The NHL released they posted this today. They said, if the playoffs started today type of thing, and they had the bracket out. This is how wild it is, Scott. LA Kings versus the Vegas Golden Knights. All right, that's kind of normal. The Anaheim Ducks would play the Chicago Blackhawks right now in the first round of the playoffs. Dallas Stars versus the Jets is kind of normal. Colorado versus Minnesota. But this is how wild the East is. Like you said, changing at a guard. Detroit Red Wings versus the New York Islanders in the playoffs would play each other.
Wow.
Old school. Montreal Canadiens versus Boston Bruins. Carolina Hurricanes versus Tampa Bay Lightning, and the New Jersey Devils versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's the playoffs they started today. It's wild.
Wow.
Think of all the big teams that aren't on this list, Scott, right now.
Toronto, Florida.
No Maple Leafs, no Rangers, no Edmonton Oilers, no Florida
Flyers.
Panthers.
No
This
Capitals.
is crazy.
No Ovechkin. No, no. Wow.
No Connor McDavid, no Florida Panthers. Like, this is wild stuff right now, man.
Yeah. I'm sure the NHL's not exactly thrilled with that, but I'm sure they're like, okay, we're a quarter of the way through. No big deal. We'll get,
They have to accept maybe we got to start putting San Jose Shark and Chicago Blackhawk games on TV. Anaheim Duck games on TV.
And Anaheim Duck games. I mean,
right? And they're fun teams to watch, Scott, too. Like, they're fun to watch. Like, put them on TV. These teams score goals.
Yeah. That's why I don't get why Anaheim is a dog at home tonight, right? I've been playing that Gauthier guy. He's been like a shot on goal machine, too, by the way.
Connor Gauthier.
So, what's that?
Connor Gauthier.
Yeah. Yes. Right. He's been however you pronounce his name.
I'm from Quebec. I'm from Quebec, Scott. So yeah, I know how to say the French. It's Connor Gauthier.
Gauthier.
He's not French, but it's a French name.
I think he likes it.
It's almost like betting the stock market. The good part about it is you can take a bet today. In 2 or 3 days, if you nail that bet, you can be able to cash out, Joe. Like you just hit a heavy stock. Like you go into Sun Microsystems or whatever it's called, and you buy into it. In 3 days, you can sell it for a massive profit. Do you understand these markets, Joe?
I do understand the markets. It's amazing how some of the predictive markets seem to have the answers before the test.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
8 3-minute rounds. The gloves are 10 ounces. And Anthony Joshua weighs like 250 pounds. So I'm not really sure how this is going to end up happening. But this is one of those. Normally, I don't give credit to the Paul brothers. And, I give them credit for being great on social media and creating a lot of buzz for the sport. I give him credit for getting in the round with Anthony Joshua. This is not like a Mike Tyson fight when Tyson's 60 years old.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Travion Henderson and a few others have the Pats at 9-2. Is excellence back in New England, Joe?
Excellence is back in a big way. Mike Vrabel came back into town. Drake May has come out of his shell, and Travion Henderson has come out of, I don't know where he was. He was in obscurity, but he had 3 touchdowns on Thursday night.
Fantasy Sports Today. Only on SportsGrid.
Let's take a look at a couple of narratives here and play a good game of fade or not fade. And first up, well, the idea that the Chiefs are going to put it all together and win the AFC West, well, that's absolutely gone. Absolute fade from this point on, Donnie, with the Chiefs. Their 10-year reign is over. It's done with.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in-game live game day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2.5 here as we take you to figure around 11:30 or so, depending on how low the football game goes. 20-16, so Bills don't score their opening possession. We were taking a look at the hockey. By the way, 2 quick goals in that Vancouver-Dallas game. 1-1, 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's
they just started.
Yeah. Literally, what the Vancouver score? I think it was, or maybe one of the two. Either one. Someone scored the first minute, and then someone scored 2 minutes later.
Oh,
so
speaking of which, the San Jose Sharks just scored.
Celebrini?
No, I don't think it was because I saw him on the bench. But let me see here. I just flicked around. I got all these hockey games. So, wow, early goal, Scott. 1-0. They were plus 145 dogs. We were just talking about it. Dangerous team.
Yeah.
At home. Let's see if I don't think it was. It wasn't Celebrini, eh?
Yeah.
Odette. Yeah, because when I looked up and I saw them score, and I saw Celebrini at the bench area, sort of high-fiving people, but he wasn't on the ice. So. Early start down at the Shark Tank, man. Like I said, it's funny because the Ducks came into the league at the same time as the San Jose Sharks. And the Ducks have had success over the years, right? They've won championships. The San Jose Sharks have not. But San Jose kind of came, almost like the Seattle Mariners, Scott, right? Like the San Jose Sharks kind of came as close as you could get to without ever winning type thing. Like with Joe Thornton and Patrick Marleau, they were good all the time. They would always lose in game 7 or they would always just fall short. Then they just hit total rock bottom, right? Total rock bottom. And now they've got this superstar of Macklin Celebrini. They got Will Smith. They got a bunch of stud players, but they got a generational transformational franchise player in Macklin Celebrini. And, San Jose, they don't have a lot, Scott, right? They're Niner fans. It's the Bay Area, so to speak, right? But as far as hockey is concerned, you got the Warriors and stuff, but San Jose, as far as the city is concerned, they love their hockey team, bro. Down at the Shark Tank. It used to be a really tough place to play, right? They support the hockey team there, even when they're bad. So, but I noticed, they got the cool logos and stuff, but the Ducks, are sort of, a renaissance right now. The Ducks are really all in with cool giveaways and stuff like that. But Sharks are starting to get trendy again, Scott. And both of them, have cool merch to sell, too. That Shark logo with the hockey stick has always been cool.
Yeah, them coming out of the Sharks' mouth. I always kind of rooted for them, Gabe. I'd be up night late, watching the stuff, and there's
they came in together. Remember, it was the kids, the Mighty Ducks style, or the Sharks, right? It was the Sharks are cooler. Yeah, you know what I mean?
And they come on the ice, go through the Sharks' mouth, and the lights go
Shark
off.
mouth.
That's pretty cool. Right? That's
the arena name, the Shark Tank. It's a great nickname. Yeah, the Shark Tank.
So. It's kind of weird. You don't normally say this about a team like San Jose, smaller market, but I think the hockey world is better when San Jose's good. I really do. I mean, it's a great atmosphere and everything. Vegas has got a great atmosphere. There's a lot of teams do, but
let's bring Hartford and Quebec back.
There you go. You want to get to it. That one year they blew that 3-0 lead or 3-goal lead with 30 seconds left, whatever it was. That crazy
they always lost to the Kings, ironically enough. It was the years the Kings always won the cup, guys. Yeah. They used to play the Kings. They lost to Vegas. It was always something, right? They had a lot of bad luck, and then finally they just sort of, they blew it up, and here we are right now. But yeah, they're a fun young team. A lot of fun young teams in the NHL right now on the West Coast.
Yeah. It's amazing, either on the West Coast or in Canada. You think about all the star young players. Although the kid with the Islanders is going to be pretty good, obviously, as well. So,
all these young stud Canadian kids playing for American teams, right? Macklin Celebrini's from Vancouver. Connor Bedard is from Vancouver.
They should all do a draft. Schaefer's playing great. They should do it. I joked about this game, but I'm semi-serious. Get all the teams that have these star players, the McDavids of the world that are playing in Canada, and get the Canadian star players that are playing in the United States, and figure out a way to get the Canadian players up in Canada and the American players in America, and they'd be that much more popular.
Yeah, it's funny because you got Brady Tkachuk, who's a big popular American player playing in the Canadian capital of Ottawa. You know what I mean? Right. You know what, though, Scott? They used to do this, bro, in the old days in the NHL, and they stopped because all the best players were from Quebec. It used to be a geographic, point blank. The Canadians didn't draft Maurice Richard. They just had him. Boom Geoffrion, all the great players, Guy Lafleur, all these players that they got. It used to be a geographical regional area, and the Montreal Canadiens had to change the rules of the game. There used to be if you got a penalty that even if the other team scored, you'd have to stay in the penalty box. Yeah. Which I don't think is a bad idea to bring back, actually. If you actually wanted to bring goals back and whatnot and not have penalties. But so that was the rule. And the Montreal Canadiens literally used to score 5 and 6 times on a power play sometimes. Yeah. And all the other teams are this is unfair. Anytime we take a penalty, Maurice Richard scores 3 goals and stuff. Jean Beliveau would score. So they actually literally changed the rule because of it.
Yeah. I remember that.
In the 50s.
I remember, but I knew that. Yeah.
It was in the 50s that they changed it, yeah.
There were like a list
Josh
of like
Allen
4 or
gets
5
sacked
things
now.
that they changed because of Montreal, because they were so good, so dominant. And I remember that being one of them. So,
man, you can't make this up. They just sacked him. Now they got a punt from deep. The Buffalo Bill. Brady was sort of right about the game slowing down. Nothing has happened, Scott, in the second half. But the Houston Texan defense is dominating right now. Like the Bills, have lost all momentum of this game. Houston are the better team right now.
It's amazing, too. They got the kickoff return and everything Buffalo did, put Houston back in its place, if you will. And that defense just allowed the Texans to go right down the field. They're getting 3.5 now, Buffalo. Plus 154 in the money line.
Plus 150 is getting crazy.
If you were going to bet Buffalo, now would be the time because Houston's got the ball.
Yeah.
That's why the line's the size it is.
Houston are a completion away from being in field goal range, though. They got the ball like their own 45-yard line. There's a lot of football left here, though. You know what? We're going to be here a while tonight compared to other nights, and I know Vinny's excited about it. He just ordered a sub. It's on the way.
They're having a party knowing they're going to be there.
Yeah, we could be here till midnight tonight, guys. Look at the pace of the game. We're only midway through the third quarter right now. It's been a weird game. There's been scoring and weird, I don't know. And now there's going to be a lot of crazy stuff that's going to happen still.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. Big Game Live continues here on the Grid.
It's almost like betting the stock market. The good part about it is you can take a bet today. In the 2 or 3 days, if you nail that bet, you can be able to cash out, Joe. Like you just hit a heavy stock. Like you go into Sun Microsystems or whatever it's called, and you buy into it. In 3 days, you can sell it for a massive profit. Do you understand these markets, Joe?
I do understand the markets. It's amazing how some of the predictive markets seem to have the answers before the test.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
8 3-minute rounds. The gloves are 10 ounces. And Anthony Joshua weighs like 250 pounds. So I'm not really sure how this is going to end up happening. But this is one of those. Normally, I don't give credit to the Paul brothers. And, I give them credit for being great on social media and creating a lot of buzz for the sport. I give him credit for getting in the round with Anthony Joshua. This is not like a Mike Tyson fight when Tyson's 60 years old.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Travion Henderson and a few others have the Pats at 9-2. Is excellence back in New England, Joe?
Excellence is back in a big way. Mike Vrabel came back into town. Drake May has come out of his shell, and Travion Henderson has come out of, I don't know where he was. He was in obscurity, but he had 3 touchdowns on Thursday night.
Fantasy Sports Today. Only on SportsGrid.
Let's take a look at a couple of narratives here and play a good game of fade or not fade. And first up, well, the idea that the Chiefs are going to put it all together and win the AFC West, well, that's absolutely gone. Absolute fade from this point on, Donnie, with the Chiefs. Their 10-year reign is over. It's done with.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe. This is the NBA. We haven't talked NBA tonight. There's only 4 games, but this is like quintessential NBA, right? You got one game that finished up 135-126, 261 points in regulation, no less. Then you got the Grizzlies winning by 41 against the Sacramento Queens. And then you got the Magic winning by 28 against the LA Clippers. And then you got Bucks and 76ers going to overtime. So that's like the NBA.
We got a
game.
close one.
One out of every 4 games.
109, 106. But
Yeah.
You know what? If you just kick back and bet the over, especially when bad teams play against each other, because they just run up and down the court. Nobody plays defense for the most part. The Raptors play defense and they're winning games because of it, right? If you don't, no one plays defense. So if you're one of the rare teams in the league that actually put an effort into it, you're going to win games. But then you get to the playoffs at times, and the teams. There's a ceiling. That was the problem with the Raptors in the old days before they won the championship. They used to win like 55 games in a regular season all the time because they just outwork teams. Like the Raptors don't do load management. They outwork you. They do try to play defense. But, when you get to the playoffs, you need skill. You can't just win with like just hard work, right? You know what I mean? Like, you need talent and the heart. You need everything to sort of fall into place. But Raptors are a dangerous team right now, guys. The odds makers are starting to catch up. They're going to be favorites now and stuff because they have a pretty easy schedule as well. They play a lot of bad teams, but NBA Cup numbers, the Raptors want to win the NBA Cup. Like the players they haven't hit it. The franchise is into it. The Raptors are sort of like hell-bent on making a name for themselves. And you're getting 14-1 for the Toronto Raptors to win the NBA Cup. And it's all about the group and stuff like that, right? There's already teams that have been eliminated from this. Like the Raptors are only a couple of wins away from basically getting this thing. I know the Pistons are in the way in the East as well, but Toronto Raptors 14-1, Scott, to win the NBA Cup. Love it. And I love their season win total over 45.5 now as well. They're already at 10-5 right now.
Yeah. They were playing really good last year. I remember talking about what are they doing? They're screwing up their draft position, but you know what? These players don't care about that stuff. And so,
but they wanted to build into this year too. You got to build momentum, sort of like a football team. You know what I mean? Like NFL teams that, go 5-1 down the stretch. It sort of carries. Carolina is a good example. Like Carolina got better last year, Scott. The Panthers, as the year went on, it's carried over into this year. You can't always rebuild. At some point, you got to say, you know what? No, we got to learn to try to win basketball games. But look at the Raptors' schedule coming up. Wizards at Raptors, Nets at Raptors, Cavs at Raptors, Pacers at Raptors, Raptors at Hornets, Raptors, Knicks, Trailblazers, Raptors, Lakers, Raptors, Hornets, Raptors, Celtics, Raptors. Dude, there's a lot of winnable games here, Scott, for the Toronto Raptors moving forward.
Yeah. 48.5, you says their win total now?
That's 45.5 now. 45.5. And they're 10-5, and they've only played 5 home games.
Wow. They do fall asleep on some of these numbers. We've had some decent success on the podcast looking for these things. Baseball, I remember with the Miami Marlins at the All-Star break, they gave you a ridiculous number that they had that in August. Like there are, times they fall asleep. The
Raptors closed at 40.5. So think they were 40.5. Now it's 45.5, but they're 10-5. And look at their schedule.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad teams in the East.
Well, I was going to say, the Eastern Conference is even worse than we thought it would be, right? I mean, I thought in the end it would be at least a 500 team. They're 2-13. I thought the Celtics would be, maybe a little bit better than 500 team. They're 8-7. They stink. Nets and Charlotte stink. We know that. Washington blows. You're right. There's just a lot of bad teams. When you play that Eastern Conference schedule, if you're pretty good, they'll win 50 games. Forget about 45, you'll be able to, right?
I think they're a second-place team in the division, as crazy as it sounds. Yeah. You got the Knicks, and I think the Raptors are like plus 500 to win a division. Brunson goes down again, the Knicks are done, and the Raptors could actually win a division at plus 500.
Yeah. I'll tell you, here's the other thing. It's a lesson learned. I tell this to people all the time. That Atlanta-San Antonio game, no Trae Young for Atlanta, no Wembanyama for San Antonio, and no Stephen Castle for San Antonio. Arguably the 3 best players.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Didn't play,
and they still score a million points, yeah.
And the game goes over, right? How many novice bettors are saying, oh, got to bet the under, the star player? No. These guys on the bench can all score. They don't play any defense, which is why they're on the bench, but they can all score. If you're in an NBA uniform, you can score. That game goes way over. One bet over for most. All right, back to the board we go. We'll come back.
It's almost like betting the stock market. The good part about it is you can take a bet today. In 2 or 3 days, if you nail that bet, you can be able to cash out, Joe. Like you just hit a heavy stock. Like you go into Sun Microsystems or whatever it's called, and you buy into it. In 3 days, you can sell it for a massive profit. Do you understand these markets, Joe?
I do understand the markets. It's amazing how some of the predictive markets seem to have the answers before the test.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
8 3-minute rounds. The gloves are 10 ounces. And Anthony Joshua weighs like 250 pounds. So I'm not really sure how this is going to end up happening. But this is one of those. Normally, I don't give credit to the Paul brothers. And, I give them credit for being great on social media and creating a lot of buzz for the sport. I give him credit for getting in the round with Anthony Joshua. This is not like a Mike Tyson fight where Tyson's 60 years old.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
TreVeyon Henderson and a few others have the Pats at 9-2. Is excellence back in New England, Joe?
Excellence is back in a big way. Mike Vrabel came back into town. Drake May has come out of his shell, and TreVeyon Henderson has come out of, I don't know where he was. He was in obscurity, but he had 3 touchdowns on Thursday night.
Fantasy Sports Today. Only on SportsGrid.
Let's take a look at a couple of narratives here and play a good game of fade or not fade. And first up, well, the idea that the Chiefs are going to put it all together and win the AFC West, well, that's absolutely gone. Absolute fade from this point on, Donnie, with the Chiefs. Their 10-year reign is over. It's done with.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. So check the scoreboard here with the football. We haven't had much going on. There have been a ton of injuries. Literally been a minute.
We had
or
a
so
lot go on.
clock.
Not a lot of points, but like I said, this has been the strangest game ever, and it really has been. The referee got hurt and taken off the field. I think we got a new dude that came out. They had to mic him up, and now we have a couple of more injuries, Scott. And literally, we were kidding earlier about, this is kind of a slower paced game. I'm not complaining about it. My only beef is Buffalo are losing right now. But, man, like we've played like 2 minutes of football in the last like 15 minutes of real time. In between the ref injuries and the player injuries, there's still 5.5 minutes left. And Buffalo are in this thing, but they better start scoring at some point, right? It's been a while, man. It's been a while since Buffalo put the ball in the end zone in this game or even picked up like some first downs.
Yeah. And you want to say, Gabe, okay, it's Buffalo. They're going to come back and win, right? But listen, watching the Dolphin game, and having money on Buffalo, I kept on saying, all right, eventually they're going to turn it on.
You're waiting all the time. You're waiting all the time. Yeah. You're always waiting for Buffalo. But we see, Scott, the Houston Texan defensive line is just, doing a lot of damage, man. And Buffalo are having a hard time. It's not so much that, we'll give credit to Houston, right? We talk about it. They do have the best defense in the NFL, and they're showing it tonight. So it's not like, Buffalo are sucking, but Buffalo are having a hard time dealing with Houston's defense right now. They popped a couple of big plays early. Now they're really having a hard time, and they got a 3rd and 3, and they've had a hard time on third downs. They always make this harder than it has to be, Scott, Buffalo on third down, 3rd and shorts. Like, you're going to see, they're going to run some weird, hard, stupid play here that, low percentage. Just make it easy, guys.
Yeah. I don't understand. It really, you watch this team, and it's like, unless Josh Allen performs miracles, which he does a lot, they don't seem to win. They need him to have this crazy, scramble for 60 yards, throw for 300 or 275.
Well, you can't make this up now. So they throw it on 3rd and 3. It's caught, and it's fumbled and recovered by Houston.
Wow.
Really? You got to be kidding me. Now we're going to get into whether this is a catch or not. Did he take 3 steps? It looks like he did in real time to me. The referee says that he did. Let's see. He caught it. Yeah. That's a catch. Wow. Just a complete meltdown by the Bills now. Now their defense has to step up and hold to a field goal. You just said it, Scott. You were just saying about it. Well, we wait for the Bills to turn it on, but maybe right? We've waited a couple of times this year, and the doorbell never rings. We're sitting there alone waiting for the pizza to show up, and it never shows up.
Well, Houston, they put 7 men in the box, almost 8 men in the box. They just dared them to do something.
They don't fear Buffalo's wide receivers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, you brought up Richard Sherman before, and it is true. It is bizarre that some people's careers get ruined over the smallest things. And Richard Sherman, Richard Sherman, you name it, he's done it. Breaking and entering, forced entry, he kicked the door, drunk driving, you do go down the check marks. Check marks.
Usually the tape thing is if it's not on tape, it's it doesn't. No, we got this on tape with him.
Yeah. Then usually it's all right, you can accept one incident. It's there's one night and something happened. You know what I mean? But it's no, it's constant with him, right? So I did laugh about that. I agree. I've talked about that. But he had a good point earlier. They were talking before the game about Keon Johnson, the Keon Coleman, the Buffalo Bill wide receiver. And so he was late for a team meeting. He's been late for practices. He's, you know what I mean, his practice habits, etc. So they got upset and they benched him. So now they did it again 2 weeks in a row. And Sherman was the one that brought it up. He goes, you know what? McDermott can play tough guy all he wants and stuff, but they got no one to throw the football to. And he basically said, this isn't high school. And he goes, you sent your message. You already benched him for a week. He goes, now you're just hurting the team. That was Richard Sherman's take. And here we are right now, Scott. You got no one to freaking throw the football to, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Sherman speaking from a renegade player, like an NFL player thinks in a room, not you know what I mean? Like a real guy in a room that doesn't care about kicking doors in. They want their best players on the field, bro. Right? Yeah. They're not all this isn't high school or Pop Warner. Like you said, you're a pro player. You sent the message, whatever. You're hurting us more now with him not being on the field. And I think Sherman could be onto something there.
Yeah, I said that on the podcast about the Dallas Cowgirls the other day. Benching for one drive or one series or whatever it was, CD Lamb and Pickens because they missed a meeting. Right? What does that accomplish, Gabe? I mean, you know what? I'm old school. Make the guys run laps, do push-ups, do something stupid. Do that outside of the public. The only thing having them miss one series is you tell the world they effed up. Why would you want to do that? It doesn't do any good. If you want to punish them, either you sit them the whole game, and again, that's cutting off your nose to spite the face. Just do something, make them run laps.
Yeah, and they don't even care, Scott, about that.
Yeah,
you think that Pickens is losing sleep over that he got benched for a series? He doesn't, you know what I mean? Exactly. I'm with you. I've said the same thing. I just call him into the office and just say, listen, and you freaking scold the hell out of him in person. Right? Yeah. And you say, all right, that's that after, right? And like you said, they go on power trips, but this is a problem for McDermott. And it's a problem for the Buffalo Bills fundamentally as a whole, Scott, because they believe in this character stuff so much. Okay, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying we should go out and, get all extreme and start drafting rapists and stuff, but the Bills take it to a new level. You know why they don't have any of the wide receivers? They don't want a diva wide receiver on the team. Okay. Right. How about you deal with it, coach? Like every other coach in the history of the world has to deal with a diva wide receiver, right? Yeah. How about we get a stud? Well, you know what? We don't know if he's got attitude. Well, newsflash, talented football players have attitude. And you as a coach, you have to deal with it. Know how to deal with the guy. You can't McDermott, I deal with everybody the same. Well, good for you, coach. How many rings do you have?
Yeah. That stuff works in high school. It doesn't work, and even in college, it doesn't work. It really doesn't. You got to accept the fact that most of them good wide receivers, they all want the ball. And you know what? Get them the stupid ball. I'm old school. We used to cover the Jets when it was Keyshawn Johnson. Throw me the damn ball. But it's true. You got these great wide receivers.
Yeah, but look at the Eagles. Look at the Eagles. They're not getting rid of A.J. Brown because he's mad. The Bills would be like, oh, he's a problem. You know what I mean? It's oh, of course he's mad. He never gets the ball, but he shows up every week, so shut up. You know what I mean? Yeah. We want to trade him? Right? You know what I mean? They got scared off by the dig stuff. They had enough. Oh, we don't want attitude. And But it's just McDermott has that college raw type of stuff. And like you said, like I'm saying, it's 2025, guys. You got to accept that the inmates are running the asylum, right? You just got to sort of guide them in the direction you want them going in.
It's the mark of a good coach. I mean, that's what, these coaches are all great X's and O's and everything. It's the coach that can get the players to buy into your program to a certain point where they at least respect you. And then, you reciprocate, throw the ball, give the ball, whatever the case may be. Don't be late for meetings. Don't put me in a position where I got to scold you in front of everybody or make me look like the fool and not even bring it up. That's all being a coach. You got to get these guys to buy in.
McDermott looks stressed now, Scott. I got to tell you what, for a 7-3, they hold to a field goal, 23-16, so we got a 7-point game. But for a 7-3 coach, I got to tell you, right? Because in the real world, the Bills are 7-3, right? We always sort of like the sky is falling, fire everyone, like they're terrible. Like that's what happens when you never win. It's very Toronto Maple Leaf, like Scott, right? Or you're a Boston Red Sox fan, man. The anger builds over the years, bro. Like it carries over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Ryan Fitzpatrick, what he did, it carries over into now. It's like this big sort of cycle of like frustration. But the Bills look kind of nervous and disheveled on the sidelines. I like what Allen's doing right now. Allen is standing with all the offensive linemen, and they're all together on the offense now. Cook is with them. They're all talking to each other and trying to get each other into this. McDermott's busy writing in his chart as I speak. Great leadership. Great leadership. Yeah. He's sending a postcard, coach, to your wife.
It's almost like betting the stock market. The good part about it is you can take a bet today. In 2 or 3 days, if you nail that bet, you can be able to cash out, Joe. Like you just hit a heavy stock. Like you go into Sun Microsystems or whatever it's called, and you buy into it. In 3 days, you can sell it for a massive profit. Do you understand these markets, Joe?
I do understand the markets. It's amazing how some of the predictive markets seem to have the answers before the test.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
8 3-minute rounds. The gloves are 10 ounces. And Anthony Joshua weighs like 250 pounds. So I'm not really sure how this is going to end up happening. But this is one of those. Normally, I don't give credit to the Paul brothers. And, I give them credit for being great on social media and creating a lot of buzz for the sport. I give him credit for getting in the round with Anthony Joshua. This is not like a Mike Tyson fight where Tyson's 60 years old.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
TreVeyon Henderson and a few others have the Pats at 9-2. Is excellence back in New England, Joe?
Excellence is back in a big way. Mike Vrabel came back into town. Drake May has come out of his shell, and TreVeyon Henderson has come out of, I don't know where he was. He was in obscurity, but he had 3 touchdowns on Thursday night.
Fantasy Sports Today. Only on SportsGrid.
Let's take a look at a couple of narratives here and play a good game of fade or not fade. And first up, well, the idea that the Chiefs are going to put it all together and win the AFC West, well, that's absolutely gone. Absolute fade from this point on, Donnie, with the Chiefs. Their 10-year reign is over. It's done with.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in-game live. Game day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe as they enter the fourth quarter in Houston. By the way, Jason Robertson, 2 shots on goal, including a goal already. He was one of our guys over 3.5 to start the game in our opening pickoff. So that's looking halfway decent.
And Joe Thornton night tonight, Scott. I want to get to that. We'll bring that up quickly. We're talking about the great Joe Thornton that, of course, just recently inducted into the Hall of Fame. Great San Jose Shark player. And They're actually honoring him tonight in San Jose. So we're talking about the Sharks being live dog tonight at plus 145. There's another little bonus there. Joe Thornton night tonight at the Shark Tank.
Yeah, former Boston Bruin. How about that?
2-1 Sharks right now.
Okay, cool. Let's bring in Tom Beck here. We can do a little hockey with him as well, in addition to the NFL. What's going on, Tom? SportsGrid. I obviously see it here all the time here on the grid. What's going on, Tom? How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. The NFL game, all over the place. We got sloppiness. Yeah. We got refs being injured. There's penalties. A bit more scoring than I initially anticipated. It seems like there's no flow. It kind of started off, Cook broke off the long run. We got a little bit back and forth, but it's a weird game. Like, I don't know how to describe it.
Strangest game ever.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't feel – it felt like Buffalo were dominating early, Tom, except suddenly they're losing, right? They're losing a game 13-9, 10-9, and 13-9. And then Houston gets all the momentum. Like you said, you got referees hurt, players are getting hurt. The game is taking forever to play, right? There's just always something after every play here. And now the Houston Texan defensive line are terrorizing the Buffalo Bills offensive line. Buffalo just can't get anything going on offense.
Yeah, it's been all over the place. This morning when I was on Newswire, I was saying, Texans, they're not going to win. They'll cover. Like, I know it's like, again, it's cop-out, like, Buffalo wins, but they don't cover kind of thing. But, I was leaning on the under, and I was leaning on, this kind of being an ugly rock fight, a game. Like, I didn't think the Texans wanted to turn this into a shootout with Davis Mills. Like, they can't win a game 35-30, and maybe I'm being proven wrong, but I thought they wanted to make this ugly and kind of control the ball because they didn't want to put the ball in Josh Allen's hands time and time again. That's how I thought it. And, we are trading over. The live total right now is what? It just got locked, but I saw it at 51 after the third quarter, much higher than I anticipated.
Yeah. What's weird, guys, is like Buffalo was dominating in the first half, and Gabe and I said, if Houston scores here, they're actually going to have the lead, in which they did. And now Houston's been dominating here in the second half, but if Buffalo scores here, we got ourselves a tie game. So it's kind of reverse of what's actually happening on the field versus the score.
We finally get a Josh Allen rush for some yards here. It was like third and long. He rushes for the first down. He slid like kind of early. Like, I hate when quarterbacks do that, bro. Like, just finish the goddamn playoff, man. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So he slid a little early, but it looks like they're giving him the first down. But I did bet Josh Allen rush yard prop over tonight. I thought he would pop a few out of desperation. And now, Tom, could be a good time actually for Josh Allen to start running, but I brought it up what Richard Sherman was talking about. I know that Keon Coleman hasn't lit the world on fire, but making him a healthy scratch 2 weeks in a row, and you see how limited and challenged they are right now at the wide receiver position, doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. They already proved their point. You scratched them once, you benched them once. Now, Richard Sherman said before the game that now you're just hurting the Bills more than you're hurting Coleman right now, or sending a message. And it turns out he's right. Like, they could use Keon Coleman right now.
And, there's some level of, again, like there's some whatever internal team issue, something has to be done. Cool, get that out of the way. But, like, having Josh Palmer and Gabe Davis active, like, what's the point, right? Like, if you have a rookie, or not a rookie, but you drafted him, he was a rookie last year, like, you want to develop him further down the line for him to be like the go-to guy for Josh Allen. Like, the Bills need that. You need to have a guy that you can go to on third down to pick up first downs. They have a bunch of good players. Like, it does also hurt that Kincaid's there. So if you're already
especially with no Kincaid, sometimes you got to bite the bullet.
Having him out of second game is even worse. Like, coaches, I don't want to say it's like a power trip, but it's unnecessary.
There's got to be something going on besides him just being late, though, right? I mean, you guys said
he hasn't been great.
A second game or not start him a second game.
Even Deion Dawkins, Scott, who's kind of the leader of the Bills. I know Josh Allen's the star, but like in the team, in the room, like the offensive line, etc. Dawkins said he's got to grow up, and he said that today. They asked, what do you think about Coleman? And he said, listen, he's a good player. He's a good young kid, but he's got to grow up fast type thing. So he's clearly upset them, right, behind the scenes, but handle it behind the scenes. I don't mind the 1 week, Tom, but 2 weeks is excessive right now. And sometimes swallow your ego if you're McDermott. You're 7-3. You're battling for a division. There's no Dalton Kincaid. Freaking play him, bro, And the worst thing is he's even on the sideline. He's there.
I know.
So, like, what are you doing? Like, what are we standing there like an idiot in street clothes right now? Come on.
Part of it is like being a pro is a skill. Like that is something that like players do need to learn, like how to be a pro, how to go about things the right way. Like even if you're struggling, you're still going to go about things the right way. And I know Keon Coleman has been amazing. Like he's not lighting the world on fire as a first round talent, but like there still needs to be like a give and take of like he needs to improve. He knows that, but the team also needs him. And you want to instill some type of confidence that they can trust him to some extent.
Yeah. They're giving it to Cook now. Yeah, it's a Cook drive. Smart move. They realize, you know what, we can't throw the ball, so let's give it to Cook. Except now we got a 4th down. He just got stopped on 3rd down. Man, Bills, and you know this, Tom and Scott, but Bills in short yardage situations, it's an adventure for them all the time.
They need a go-to play.
Yeah, you're right. I've said this forever. You're right. They don't have a go-to play, right? And you'll see it even like, you know, and it's not on just 4th down. Like you said, they do something different every time, Tom. Right? They might drop back and pass. They might try a tush push. They might try this. Like, they don't. It's amazing that with Josh Allen, and me and Scott always talk about it, that you don't have one play up your sleeve. Yeah, this is what we do, and you can't stop it.
There should be 2 plays, like a set run play, and then if you do a rollout with Kincaid and Knox with a rollout with one higher than the other, you give Josh Allen the chance to run it or throw it. And
watch what they just did. They just did a standard run behind the line of scrimmage, and Cook got blown up like 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage on a 4th and 1. Like, seriously, why not just run an RPO, bro, and run out Josh Allen? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It's always the same crap. Always the same crap with this team. Always.
Wow. Welcome to Tom Beck. A quick little break and more from Tom. Find some more winners. You're on the grid.
It's almost like betting the stock market. The good part about it is you can take a bet today. In 2 or 3 days, if you nail that bet, you can be able to cash out, Joe. Like you just hit a heavy stock. Like you go into Sun Microsystems or whatever it's called, and you buy into it. In 3 days, you can sell it for a massive profit. Do you understand these markets, Joe?
I do understand the markets. It's amazing how some of the predictive markets seem to have the answers before the test.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
8 3-minute rounds. The gloves are 10 ounces. And Anthony Joshua weighs like 250 pounds. So I'm not really sure how this is going to end up happening. But this is one of those. Normally, I don't give credit to the Paul brothers. And, I give them credit for being great on social media and creating a lot of buzz for the sport. I give him credit for getting in the round with Anthony Joshua. This is not like a Mike Tyson fight where Tyson's 60 years old.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Travion Henderson and a few others have the Pats at 9-2. Is excellence back in New England, Joe?
Excellence is back in a big way. Mike Vrabel came back into town. Drake May has come out of his shell, and Travion Henderson has come out of, I don't know where he was. He was in obscurity, but he had 3 touchdowns on Thursday night.
Fantasy Sports Today. Only on SportsGrid.
Let's take a look at a couple of narratives here and play a good game of fade or not fade. And first up, well, the idea that the Chiefs are going to put it all together and win the AFC West, well, that's absolutely gone. Absolute fade from this point on, Donnie, with the Chiefs. Their 10-year reign is over. It's done with.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live Game Day. Scott and Gabe talk with SportsGrid host Tom Vecchio. So they turn it over. Buffalo does on downs, guys, and we were talking about it during the break. 4th and 1. You hand the ball 5 yards deep into the backfield. You have 11 defenders. You only have 9 offensive guys blocking. It's simple arithmetic. 11 on 9, and you're asking the 9 to not only block the 11, but block the 11 long enough to let the guy go 5 yards before he gets to the line of scrimmage. And then, get the 2 yards, a yard or so. It's not going to happen. And not against this Texans defense, I'll tell you that. Maybe against inferior defenses. So Texans get the ball up 7, and now laying 6.5, Tom.
Wow. Getting 6.5 with the Bills. Plus 250 on the money line.
Yeah. Well, the 48 is interesting because we have really seen the scoring slow down a whole lot in this second half. So, depending on what let's just say the Texans get stopped. If the Bills come down and score, because they move the ball pretty well on that drive, if they come down, what are we going to be guaranteed to get in terms of points? If they
look at this, guys. Look, it's plus 250. It's plus 250 on the money line, but they got the over at 48.5. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. So if
they're saying that the Bills are going to tie the game, it's going to be 23-23, and there's going to be another field goal to get to 49. So you're better off taking a plus 250 than betting the over, Tom. That's where I was going to say. I don't know if you're going down the same road. And the Bills just got a quick 3 and out right now, and are getting the ball back.
That's what I was saying. This is what Brady and I talk about on Sundays is, sometimes it's like, okay, if this happens, well, then this other thing also has to happen. So what's the best bet to make? To your point, Gabe, over 48.5, at least I'm seeing on FanDuel right now, is minus 152. If that were to hit, it probably means that the Bills are scoring. Therefore, the best bet to make is plus 260 on the money line rather than minus 152 on over 48.5. Like, we want to find the best bet for what we're doing if different things are required to happen.
Man, they're throwing
just fell to plus 225.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're throwing the ball too much for me. If I'm Houston, listen, you run for 109 yards. Woody Marks is averaging 4.5 yards a carry. Even Chubb is averaging over 3.
Yeah.
It just, you know what? Here, we had a lead. There's 9 minutes left. Let's do what we do best right now without C.J. Stroud. And that's run the ball, and you stop us. Instead, they throw the ball twice, or at least they try and throw the ball twice.
Marks does go over his prop, though, tonight.
Yeah,
he was a trendy pick today, 74 yards right now rushing.
Yeah.
Cook is up to 113 yards rushing. And how many yards receiving for Cook? 7. So he's up to 120 total yards. I bet Tom 135.5 in-game earlier. 135, right after he popped the big run. I was like, if he pops another big one, this is easily going to go over. So I got over 135.5 total rushing receiving yards for James Cook. He's at 120. So not bad. We should be able to pick it up on this drive, actually, hopefully.
We should. And, he had a big receiving game last week. He didn't do a whole lot on the ground last week. I think it was only 48 yards on the ground last week. But, having the key player that's involved in both is always good for rushing receiving. I will always buy into that type of usage.
All right. They got Allen now at 193.5. He has 129, so we'll say 130. So he needs 65 more yards, Tom. You think he gets 65, 9 minutes left, down to score?
I would like to think so. The question is, how quickly do the Bills score? Because if this is a long drive and they need to score the touchdown, because if they can't give the ball back to the Texans, they'll just bleed the clock down. So I would like to think Allen gets there. But again, if you are betting to Allen to get to 170, it means they're probably in a position to win. So I would still be looking to the money line first and foremost, rather than that.
Yeah.
I'm already on the Bills. Tonight, I almost feel like one more. I almost feel like one more. Plus 215, man. It's it's dropping right now, but we keep waiting for that switch to flick. Is it on this drive? Josh Allen's gonna Cook and Allen are gonna have to Superman this thing, Tom. Right? Eventually here. Yeah. Allen's going to have to find a way, roll out, let him just play his street ball, and don't turn it over, Josh, but make Cook involved in this drive. They got to stay ahead of the sticks all night, man. Buffalo have been in these third and sort of, 6 situations too much.
Yeah, that was that was a fantastic drive by the defense. The replay is 1 yard, only took a minute off the clock. That's what you need. You need Allen to be the MVP. You need him to be the guy that's going to, lead the team. It has to be him.
I
Cook,
just did it.
Knox
Plus
and
200.
Shakir keep the ball in their hands and pick up first downs, and I think they'll be in a good spot.
I'll go. I'll take the over 193.5 passing yards, and I think we get a touchdown at a Buffalo. I'll go over 48.5. That might have good job, man. Appreciate it.
It's almost like betting the stock market. The good part about it is you can take a bet today. In 2 or 3 days, if you nail that bet, you can be able to cash out, Joe. Like you just hit a heavy stock. Like you go into Sun Microsystems or whatever it's called, and you buy into it. In 3 days, you can sell it for a massive profit. Do you understand these markets, Joe?
I do understand the markets. It's amazing how some of the predictive markets seem to have the answers before the test.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
8 3-minute rounds. The gloves are 10 ounces. And Anthony Joshua weighs like 250 pounds. So I'm not really sure how this is going to end up happening. But this is one of those. Normally, I don't give credit to the Paul brothers. And, I give them credit for being great on social media and creating a lot of buzz for the sport. I give him credit for getting in the round with Anthony Joshua. This is not like a Mike Tyson fight where Tyson's 60 years old.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Travion Henderson and a few others have the Pats at 9-2. Is excellence back in New England, Joe?
Excellence is back in a big way. Mike Vrabel came back into town. Drake May has come out of his shell, and Travion Henderson has come out of, I don't know where he was. He was in obscurity, but he had 3 touchdowns on Thursday night.
Fantasy Sports Today. Only on SportsGrid.
Let's take a look at a couple of narratives here and play a good game of fade or not fade. And first up, well, the idea that the Chiefs are going to put it all together and win the AFC West, well, that's absolutely gone. Absolute fade from this point on, Donnie, with the Chiefs. Their 10-year reign is over. It's done with.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. We got a game. Buffalo on the move. Houston leading it to 23-16. Buffalo going to a little bit of a no-huddle
Big
offense.
play coming
Not
up.
a hurry-up, but no-huddle offense. What do we got?
3rd and 10 from the 20. 3rd and 10. Every time Buffalo get a big play, they get sacked after, and they're playing from behind the sticks. So they're in a 3rd and 10 from the 20, and they need a touchdown, not a field goal here, and he gets sacked again. He threw the ball away instead of getting sacked, but whatever. He got rid of it. So I don't know. They can't protect him right now. They just point blank cannot. Right? Yeah, there's still 5:48 left in the game, so they're going to kick the field goal right now. But Danielle Hunter is just murdering them right now. Just murdering them. Like every play. He's been sacked like 6 times. He hasn't been sacked 6 times. First time since 2023. He's been sacked 5 times. He got sacked 6 times, and he nearly just got sacked 7 times. He had to throw the ball away.
I don't want to jinx you, but, your unders is back in play. 23-19 if they kick the field goal. 42.
Yeah, I got the Bills. Yeah, I got the Bills tease. You're right. Yeah, I got the Bills. It wouldn't help me. I'm still not covering on the teaser with the under here.
Right.
They got to make the damn field goal, too. They missed an extra point, but they make the field goal. They do have all 3 timeouts left.
26-23. No, 20. They kicked the field goal. They did. It's 19. So, 26-23. You hit your tease. You would hit it. Buffalo with a tease.
Yeah. I got Buffalo on money lines, which I'm very concerned about here. And as a Bills fan, I'm concerned, but at least it's been an entertaining game, right? We've had a lot of, we've had a lot of primetime duds. And how about this, Scott? Looked like Lafayette were going to score. ULL were going to score. They had the ball with 3 minutes left, and they were on the 28-yard line. I don't know what happened. I looked away, but Arkansas State have the ball right now. We're losing 34-30, but there's 2 minutes left, and we have the ball on a Arkansas State 38-yard line. So we got a puncher's chance of pulling this out.
And we got a shot at the 38, right? 2 minutes left. How many timeouts, you know?
You want to be a hero, kid? You want to be an Arkansas State hero? People will talk about this drive and the bowl eligibility drive of 2025, Scott. Let's do it, kid. Let's go.
Yeah. Blue Bonnet Bowl, here we come,
Remember, man, we got to the bowl game on that last drive.
This keeps them alive, right? Let me check the Sun Belt.
I got it. All right, I just got the game up here.
Let's go Sun Belt. James Madison is on one side. Yeah, this would be on the other side. So you need Southern Miss to lose. If they have their backup quarterback, they could certainly lose that. So Arkansas State could be.
This is a big game. It's a season on the line game type of thing. That's a big drive coming up. So we're at the 2 minute warning, whatever, the 2 minute timeout as they call it. But so man, Buffalo gets stopped. They get a big play. They get stopped. That they just cannot protect Josh Allen. And one thing, Scott, the Buffalo Bill offensive line is good, right? So you got to give credit to the Texans. That is the strength. One of the strengths of the Buffalo Bills is their offensive line. But they're getting torched tonight. Absolutely lit up.
It's amazing. If the Texans actually win this game, they would have won 3 straight games with C.J. Stroud as their starting quarter. Or did Davis Mills play? Who played in the Jacksonville game? Was that Mills or was that? Let me see.
Yeah, Stroud's been out for a while now.
Yeah, they would be 3-0 with Davis Mills. How goofy is that? They would be.
He's 13-27. We should note he's 13-27 for 129 yards, but he has thrown 2 touchdowns, and he hasn't thrown an interception either.
So they keep on, throwing the ball too. I don't know why they just don't go back to the bread and butter, but they threw 2 out of 3 times the last time. They're still up 4. How about running the clock here a little bit, Coach, and use your offense? I know the offensive line
This
sucks,
is where the Bills' defense needs to step up. Yeah, this is it. This is the mano type of deal, right? Texans pick up a couple of first downs on the ground. They can milk the clock and win this football game. Buffalo gets a quick 3 and out. They give Josh Allen another chance, and eventually Josh has to break through and make a play and score a touchdown.
Yeah. This is, the proverbial loser's lament, right? Losers find ways to lose and winners find ways to win. So,
but the Bills have found ways to lose these games against teams that they should beat, right? Yeah. They lost on prime time to the Atlanta Falcons. They lost to the Miami Dolphins. They lost on prime time to the New England Patriots early this year in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Right? And then they play these so-called big games and they win. But it doesn't matter. I mean, ultimately the losses don't mean more because you beat the Chiefs guys. Right? We beat the Chiefs. All right, good for you. You got revenge for what? It's not a Super Bowl, guys. Right? So they got to find a way to string consistency together, and they're not doing it. We talked about coming into the night how they had a chance at a division title still, but they got to actually win games. For the record, Arkansas State pick up the first down here, Scott. So the drive is moving along here. But we're down to $1:45 left, and we're around midfield.
Mm-hmm. By the way, they're making James Cook. He's got 113, 1 more yard, 113 and a half at plus 110.
And now the Texans pick up a first down.
Oof. Throwing or running? Throwing. Yeah.
They threw it.
I got my marks, but I need Nick Chubb to get 6 more yards. I don't think that's happening though. But
Josh Allen is up to $183 right now. Davis Mills got stuck, so he had a good first half, but he hasn't done anything in the second half. I know he's completed a pass here, but for the Josh Allen numbers, I bet that over 208.5. He's at 183. So if they get the ball back, maybe he's able to do it. He doesn't get sacked on every play.
Yeah. They got him at 222.5. So your 208.5 is still a bargain right now. So they think he's getting 40 more yards, right? I guess they figure they're going to get the ball back no matter what, even if they're
yeah.
They're throwing again.
Well, can Houston eat up 5.5 minutes would be pretty pathetic, right? So, but if you're Buffalo, though, you don't want to get the ball back with $1:40 left, or only 2 minutes. You got to get a stop here. One thing, they got the first down, but they did it quickly, and the dude stepped out of bounds actually too.
Yeah.
So I thought they just got out of bounds there, but all right. So we got a big third down coming up, Scott. It's about a 3rd and 4, so 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. 4 minutes left in the football game, right? There's going to be about 3:30 left by the time they snap the ball. So, it's 3rd and 6. If you're Buffalo, you got to get a stop here. You got to get the ball back.
Now I don't mind them throwing the ball. Now you can throw the ball. Get the first down. You're not going to get 6 yards on it, at this point in the game. Rushing, I wouldn't think. So, it's amazing how all these props, all depend on who gets the ball. Once Buffalo gets the ball, I got a feeling Josh Allen's numbers will go up, 4, 5, 6 yards.
They get the stop. So Buffalo gets the ball. One more crack at this, Josh. You got 3:15. This is it, bro. No field goal, don't matter. No one's taking the field goal now, Scott. Right down 4. This is it. So you kick the field goal before you put yourself in a position to win the football game, potentially.
Listen, I'll say it again. They got 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. Now, you do, as you say, you need a touchdown, but I'm going to play a little hunt. Oh, they just locked it up. If they give it back, I'm going to go James Cook to get 1 yard. Somewhere along the line. Usually,
he's getting the ball. If they're smart. Dude, they can't. When they just moved the ball down the field before, it was a James Cook drive. I'm telling you guys, notice this. They give the ball to Cook. He moves them down the field, and then they take him out of the game and stuff, right? And they don't give him the ball. It's bizarro world. Like even that big third down play, that was to Shavers. It wasn't even to Shaver. It wasn't even to Cook, right? Like it's bizarro world, but you cannot protect Josh. And it's a hell of a lot easier to throw the ball, guys, if we're in a 2nd and 1 or 2 or 3 than this constant 2nd and 15 stuff, right? Like they got to get yards on first, man.
Whatever happened to the old screen days? When you're going up against a great defensive line that's pressuring you, just throw a couple of screens just to keep them off balance, just a little bit.
Boom. Right on cue, they just did a very simple drop back and they threw it to Cook.
Screens to thing.
It's almost like Goff and Mahomes were never taken serious. Today, in the 2 or 3 days, if you nail that bet, you can be able to cash out, Joe. Like you just hit a heavy stock. Like you go into Sun Microsystems or whatever it's called, and you buy into it. In 3 days, you can sell it for a massive profit. Do you understand these markets, Joe?
I do understand the markets. It's amazing how some of the predictive markets seem to have the answers before the test.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
8 3-minute rounds. The gloves are 10 ounces. And Anthony Joshua weighs like 250 pounds. So I'm not really sure how this is going to end up happening. But this is one of those. Normally, I don't give credit to the Paul brothers. And, I give them credit for being great on social media and creating a lot of buzz for the sport. I give him credit for getting in the round with Anthony Joshua. This is not like a Mike Tyson fight where Tyson's 60 years old.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Travion Henderson and a few others have the Pats at 9-2. Is excellence back in New England, Joe?
Excellence is back in a big way. Mike Vrabel came back into town. Drake May has come out of his shell, and Travion Henderson has come out of, I don't know where he was. He was in obscurity, but he had 3 touchdowns on Thursday night.
Fantasy Sports Today. Only on SportsGrid.
Let's take a look at a couple of narratives here and play a good game of fade or not fade. And first up, well, the idea that the Chiefs are going to put it all together and win the AFC West, well, that's absolutely gone. Absolute fade from this point on, Donnie, with the Chiefs. Their 10-year reign is over. It's done with.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
We got action all over the place. 5 seconds left in college football. Who does Buffalo Houston? We got Louisiana, Arkansas State.
Yeah.
5 seconds left in the football game. First and goal from the 1 after pass interference game for Arkansas State, down 4. And the guy did tackle him. I'm looking at it here. It clearly was a pass interference. So
they put a second back on the clock. So 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
That's two throws.
You
can get off two. Right? Yeah. That's a quick attack into the end zone, and then one last play if it doesn't work.
They got a timeout. I wouldn't trust a run. They don't have time to run the ball, even with a timeout with 6 seconds left. Just throw one of those. I hate these passes. Just one of those flare passes, or just get the guy inside. Do a New England Patriots interception.
Or it's ballsy, but it's you got to make a play, Scott. If you drop back to pass, you tell the quarterback because he's fast, this kid. If you drop back to pass and everyone's in the end zone. And you see a lane, man, take off up the middle. Trust your instincts, whether you can run to the end zone or not. Because they're going to be thinking pass here, right? So, you know what I mean, Scott? Everyone's running around in the end zone, worried about, and boom, you just go right up the middle. Bam.
But that's
they're on the 3-yard line.
You're not going to have time to
call so here we
out.
go.
Right?
No, I know. But I'm saying, if game on the line, if stuff starts breaking down, take off. Put it on your legs. You know what I mean? But here we go. They're in the shotgun here. 6 seconds left.
Shotgun. Oh, jeez, I hate that. I tell you, I like that. I like that fake tush push that Philadelphia did the other day.
Taking a while.
Oh
boy, incomplete. 3 seconds left, bro. One play.
Right,
Arkansas State money line. Boomer bust. Boomer bust. Arkansas State money line. One play. You said the Bills just got a first down. Forget about the NFL game. Man. We got a Sun Belt game going on here, man.
We got Sun Belt here action. This is bowl eligibility time here. We need this big time here.
Like we were talking about, the legend of the Red Wolves got 2025. They can tell the story forever. We let them down the field. Bowl. We made a bowl game. Game was on ESPN. Here it is. Last play of the game. Oh, anticlimactic. They call a timeout. They call their final timeout. They want to think about it.
All right.
Oh, man, big drama here tonight, Scott, at the end of these games for us.
Yeah. I'm telling
Buffalo
you, I like
moving the ball.
I figured we just got to let that one sit here and let it go down the field by itself every time we pay attention to it.
I know. It's sort of...
It's like a basketball game that's going over. Then I start watching it, and I get no points for the next 2 minutes.
You click away and you go back. The other night, I had a bunch of bets on, Scott. I was watching the Bulls-Blazer game the other night. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm stressed out at Bulls-Blazers, 11:30 at night here. You got to get a life. Make something to eat or something. I walked away. I was like, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I peeked back in. Of course, I saw the buzzer beater at the end. But so the Bills get a first down. Josh Allen is up to 209 right now passing. So he's padding. So we get there. I had 208.5. So he's up to 209 right now. But the clock is really ticking, man. There's down to 109 left. The Bills do have 3 timeouts, so they can run their offense. But Houston's not getting the ball back type of deal. This is boom or bust for the Buffalo Bills.
This is it. So your boy Cook's up to 119.
Here it is.
19. All right.
Here's the play, Scott. 4th down.
Come on, boys. Just don't do drop back pass. What happened?
They tried to design QB run.
It didn't work.
You can't make this up. He fumbled it on the goal line, and now there's a big scrum on the goal line, and we're going to lose. We get stopped on the goal line. So he had a QB on. They tried to run it. He didn't do a good job. It didn't develop. He tried to run it. He actually fumbled it, and it was recovered actually by Arkansas State, but on the 1-yard line. The game's over. 34-30 final score.
Oh, they ran like an option.
Yeah, you saw it was too crowded, Scott. They need to spread it out more.
Gabe, I don't understand this. They ran the option to the side where the 2 wide receivers were. So you had all those defensive backs.
It was all bunched up.
On that side of the field, yeah. So you don't have as many blockers as you had defenders.
And now Josh Allen gets sacked again. You can't make this up. Again, how many times now? Really? So now it's forever again. They're going backwards now. They pick up a couple of plays. Wow, this is a career high. He's been sacked a career high 7 times now. It's happened 3 other times in his career only. And now the Bills are in a 3rd and 20. Like, they're not just losing. Like, they're getting, like, pushed around here. Now they're in a freaking 3rd and 20.
Got to get 10 yards. Aim for 10, I guess. Man, I can't believe that college game.
And he gets sacked again.
Oh! Jeez, we played that's 8? At least 7.
That's 8 times.
8 times.
Yeah, and now it's going to be literally like, it's literally going to be like 4th and 30. This is the Bills, like, game on the line. It's 4th and 30 now.
Wow.
There's a flag on the play, but I'm assuming it's just holding on the Bills, which it is. So, yeah, holding on the Bills. Yeah, they're about to choke this game away for real again.
What, it's about 4th and a mile and a half now? Holy crow.
Yeah. 4th and a million. And you know what's crazy? They picked up a couple of yards on the first down, and, like, they were on the first couple of plays of the drive. They're moving the ball down the field, and, like,
wow.
And Josh is getting the crap kicked out of him. He's hurt. Now he's holding his wrist after this play. 4th and 27. 4th and 27.
Barring something crazy, this game's going to go
Houston, man. It's been a house of horrors. Yeah, unbelievable that this game's going to stay under somehow. It's going to finish at 42 points somehow. You believe this?
Unbelievable.
I can't believe though the Bills, like, you pick up a couple of plays and then, man, 4th and 27. You got to be kidding me.
Man, this is 2
and
straight.
They pick it up. They pick it up. Oh, my God.
Oh, we just wrote them off.
They run a trick play. The old, like, like basically a behind the back. So I was like, what are you doing? They threw it like 15 yards over the middle, and they had another wide receiver. Like, it was planned.
Oh, the hook and ladder?
Yeah, the old hook and ladder. Boom. They pick it up. First down, Bills on the 25-yard line. Oh, my God.
40 seconds left for his life.
It's almost like betting the stock market. The good part about it is you can take a bet today. In 2 or 3 days, if you nail that bet, you can be able to cash out, Joe. Like, you just hit a heavy stock. Like, you go into Sun Microsystems or whatever it's called, and you buy into it. In 3 days, you can sell it for a massive profit. Do you understand these markets, Joe?
I do understand the markets. It's amazing how some of the predictive markets seem to have the answers before the test.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
8 3-minute rounds. The gloves are 10 ounces. And Anthony Joshua weighs like 250 pounds. So I'm not really sure how this is going to end up happening. But this is one of those. Normally, I don't give credit to the Paul brothers. And, I give them credit for being great on social media and creating a lot of buzz for the sport. I give him credit for getting in the round with Anthony Joshua. This is not like a Mike Tyson fight where Tyson's 60 years old.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Travion Henderson and a few others have the Pats at 9-2. Is excellence back in New England, Joe?
Excellence is back in a big way. Mike Vrabel came back into town. Drake May has come out of his shell, and Travion Henderson has come out of, I don't know where he was. He was in obscurity, but he had 3 touchdowns on Thursday night.
Fantasy Sports Today. Only on SportsGrid.
Let's take a look at a couple of narratives here and play a good game of fade or not fade. And first up, well, the idea that the Chiefs are going to put it all together and win the AFC West, well, that's absolutely gone. Absolute fade from this point on, Donnie, with the Chiefs. Their 10-year reign is over. It's done with.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
Oh, so close to 1st and goal for the Buffalo Bills. It's
I
3rd
know.
down. Wow.
You
Completion,
see,
but he got
just
only
his
1
foot,
foot in bounds.
Davis. Just so close. Would have been
He
a
was
game
off
to be a
balance
1st
and
and goal.
everything. But yeah.
Hell of a
I
catch.
can't ignore. Yeah, great catch. He's kind of twisting sideways. He came down on 1 foot. The 2nd foot did come out of bounds. Otherwise,
And now nothing easy. So on 3rd and 1, they try to throw a screenplay, the same play that worked for them on the 3rd and 6 last time, the identical play. And, of course, they don't have Cook on the field here in the most important time of the game for whatever reason. So now we got a 4th and 1, game on the line, 24 seconds left. Bills have a timeout, so they could run the ball if they wanted to. But they do weird things in these things. They got Josh Allen in the shotgun right now. 4th and 1, game on the line, and of course, right on cue, the Buffalo Bills false start. So now 4th and 6. You can't make it up.
Man, you can't do these things if you want to win games. You just can't self-destruct like that.
You know, for them, it might be easier. If they screw up 4th and 1 all the time. Maybe 4th and 6 they can pull off. And it's Deion Dawkins of all people, the leader of the team. Like, just false start of all times, guys. Like, really? Josh was lazy on the third and 1 pass. He got batted down. He didn't put enough on it. So here it is, game on the line once again. They just pulled off a 4th and 27 a minute ago. Can they do it again? 4th and 6 this time.
Hate to bring it up, but this is a 4-point game. Now, we probably would have had some 2-point conversions in there somewhere along the line, but
interception. There's a flag on the play. The Texans intercepted. There's a flag, a late flag that Josh believes, and the Texans know it's on them. Oh, my God. This replacement ref is really getting thrown into the fire, man. It's against Buffalo.
What?
I got teased and thought we got saved with the flag.
Oh, man. So that's the ball game.
That's the game, 23-19.
Wow.
Josh Allen, Buffalo are chokers. Just the same crap as always with this team.
You hit that extra point, maybe the whole thing changes, earlier. But there would have been probably some 2-point conversion tries in there. But still.
That's a good point. But, yeah, you know what? You can't blame it. Yeah, it was on the first touchdown of the game.
Early,
you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird.
You know what really sucked there, though? The tease of the flag and me seeing Josh Allen, like, pointing first down, like, walking down the field. I'm like, oh, wow, all right, we're getting saved here. No late savior. 23-19 final score. The game is now official. Can you believe this? It stays under the damn number.
Yeah.
You can't make this up.
This was 20-16. All you needed was 20-16, 36 points. You needed 1 touchdown, basically, depending on the number you got. We'll say 10 points, 9 points. That's it. After getting 26 in the first half, and that was an automatic. This was 58.5. Brady was right.
Wow, absolute killer. This Bills team is just killing me this year. I was worried about the point spread, but I thought they could win the game, Scott. But yeah, you saw. I mean, he got sacked 8 times, wasted opportunities, just a complete train wreck. And they can kiss the division goodbye. And at this rate, you'll be battling for a playoff spot.
Yeah. This did not help a lot of playoff, wannabe teams in the East, obviously. Whether it's Miami, which they're not getting there, but still. Baltimore, Kansas City, they did not, need Houston to win to go to 6-5. At that point, you're rooting for Buffalo because you're not going to catch the Bills. So good job by the Texans, who are now 3-0 without C.J. Stroud. I don't want to hear how they're, supposedly better without him. They're not. But that's a tough loss. The Bills have lost back-to-back games that when you saw on paper. Well, they beat the Tampa Bay. My bad. 2 out of 3 anyway.
Dude, that's what they do. They lose. I talk about it all the time. They lose to inferior teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, you figure, it's okay to do it sometimes, guys, but they're doing it all the time now. Dolphins lost, Texans lost, Atlanta Falcons they lost to, and they lost to the Patriots earlier in the year. Now those are their 4 losses.
Wow. 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. They're 2-3 on the road this year. So, wow. All right, so that'll be do it for us. We hit a bunch of our props. I'll say that. You gave out a couple of Josh Allen ones. I gave out a couple of the Nick Chubb, and that one didn't hit, but the Woody Marks one did. So,
it was a disaster, though.
Yeah, you was a disaster. Sorry about that. We'll be back tomorrow night.